Hi, my name is Nikki. I am 37 years old and I'm going to have vertical sleeve. So, I got to this decision about a year ago, but that was after doing a whole lot of research, going to the seminars, talking with my primary care doctor, and a lot of hours of watching YouTube videos. So, it wasn't a lighthearted or quick knee jerk decision. Last year, I went through the whole process. Like I said, I went to some seminars, learned about the different methods, and decided that the vertical sleeve would be the best choice for me. And the reason being, my biggest challenge with eating is kind of binge eating. And, I can make healthier decisions. It's just sometimes I eat to stay awake. I eat because I'm stressed. I eat because I'm bored. I eat because I'm happy. I eat because I'm sad. You see in a pattern. So, not only have I decided to get this weight loss surgery, but I also will be doing behavioral therapy and working on changing those habits as well. So, like I said, I didn't rush into this decision. It's been very thought out in every aspect. So, I got a little journal and I started watching a ton of videos, reading some different articles, and over time, I decided on about 9 different facilities that perform the surgery. Oh, I should say I'm having weight loss surgery in Mexico. And I decided that after looking into some of the options close to me, what the cost would be. My insurance would approve it. However, I changed jobs and I lost my insurance, and it would be another 6 months of waiting. And I'm kind of tired of putting it off. I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I just want to make those changes and I'm ready to kind of take control of my life and my wellness. So, in looking and paying out of pocket, I found that Mexico is a great option. I've listened to some really sound advice from people that I just find their information, they talked on the points that I found most important. Infection control, safety, the medical standards, and that gets me into my profession. So I'm a nurse. I do work midnights, so I'm coming home from work right now. I apologize, but my brain's probably already turned off. I'm working on overtime here. But those were the most important things when looking into my surgeon. The facility that I utilized, I wanted to make sure that it was safe, it was clean, that all the standards that I would expect at a facility where I would be treating somebody, I expect that, if not better, wherever I would be going for my surgery. So, moving forward, I looked at about, like I said, 9 different facilities and narrowed it down to 2 that I was really interested in. And I'll just kind of give you a quick brief. I have pages of list, and the things that I wrote down were things when people were talking that were kind of important to me, points that kind of caught my attention. And ultimately, I narrowed it down to 2 that both I felt the facilities were very competent. Their standards were above what is expected here in the United States. And then it came down to the speed rate, as I will say. So I decided I was going to put in an inquiry to both places at the same time. And I did use 2 devices so that I could hit the send button at the same time. And I was going to see who responded the fastest. And the reason that's important is, especially working in the medical field, I know how easily it is for somebody to kind of be put off. Like, you do try to prioritize, but sometimes inevitably things kind of get pushed aside because it might get hectic. But ultimately, I wanted to know that whoever was performing the surgery, especially since they're going to be in a completely different country from me, I wanted to know that there was some accessibility and communication if I had questions, if I had concerns. And what really impressed me is within an hour, maybe less than an hour, one of the places, not like the generic response, we've received your inquiry, but like I got an actual email. And then when I had a couple questions, the next thing I knew, I was getting like friend requests from the facility, from the director there, personal emails from them. And it wasn't the generic stuff. It was them actually reaching out to me with my, information and introducing themselves. And I thought that was what sealed the deal for me. I loved how quick they responded. And then once I set a date, I even got a notice from the surgeon, which is kind of unheard of in the United States. You're not going to have that accessibility. So that was a huge comfort measure as well. So I want you to know that through this process, I'll try to be as candid as possible. I'll work on my timing because I'm long-winded. I'm sorry. But my surgery date is July the 22nd. I will be flying into San Diego on the 21st. And I will be returning July 25th. It's my birthday. Yay. What else can I tell you? So at this moment, I don't know what else I can tell you apart from I'm excited and very nervous. I've already started making my what to pack list that I've kind of observed from other people that have gone, as well as the emails. I have been inundated with emails of information, which I love information. It definitely puts my mind at ease a little bit. I know that every experience is unique, but kind of knowing what to expect helps me feel a little bit less anxious about the whole process. Michelle at BariatricPal, which is the facility where I'm going. I don't know if I've said that, but she has been accessible. She's been informative. She's been very kind, very just easy to talk to. And I really appreciate that. Bill, also the same. It's been very accessible. Everybody there, if I reach out, I'm getting a response. And that's super comforting for me. From knowing about passports, how that process works, to what to wear, what you can drink, what you can eat. Those things are all really helpful. And then that kind of brings me to the next point. So July 12th, I start my pre-op diet, which is liquid. And I'm not going to lie, I'm nervous. I feel nervous that I'm going to all of a sudden have this crazy craving. I've never wanted to eat salad more because I was told that raw vegetables might be a little bit difficult to digest after surgery for a little while, which was a little bit, challenging to process, but then it made sense. I know that those are often a little bit more difficult for your stomach to digest. So I've been eating salad every day, but I definitely am nervous about the carbs because I like carbs. But I also know a lot of really healthy alternatives. So I know that I can work around all of that. I'm prepared to do the meal prepping. I'm prepared to make those healthier choices. And I'm actually really excited about making those choices and teaching my children. Because a lot of the unhealthy habits I learned growing up, and I've been very inconsistent with my kids. Sometimes we do really clean eating, and sometimes I'm really tired and I pick up pizza for dinner. And I know that if I just put in a little bit more effort on the prepping and the planning, I know that that would be so much better, not only for them, but it would be a lot easier for me too. So those are just kind of some anxieties I have, I suppose, regarding the eating. The surgery itself, the idea of being cut open and having 80% of one of your major organs removed, yeah, that's a little stressful. But I don't know, I feel like I'm in very capable hands at this time. I think the eating part I'm the most nervous about. And I know some people are going to be like, well, stop eating, you whatever. Be kind. That's why I'm making the change. I don't want to just talk about the problem without trying to find a solution. And I have tried to find the solution. I've done the diets, the things that worked in the past, they're just not really working now. I do have 4 children, and after my 4th one, I had a tubal. Prior to the tubal, I was getting the depot shot. I was ravenously, I was insane. I couldn't stop eating. I also kind of wanted to murder people then. So that hence the tubal. I might need to edit that part out. But I mean, I just want to be honest about the whole process. I definitely saw changes in my body. I don't know if it was just the age that I hit, if it's my sleep, because I really don't sleep very well. I don't know if I touched on this, but I do have sleep apnea, which I found out in the process of trying to get approved for the surgery about a year ago. So I don't sleep very well when I am asleep, and I work midnights, and I have little kids. So my sleep schedule is just kind of random. So I'm very tired a lot of the time. And what else? Pre-hypertension, pre-high cholesterol. But the statistics have all shown by having the surgery, by drastically changing my eating habits, there's a substantial chance, I think I saw about 90 to 95% chance that all of those issues could be resolved. So that gives me hope. And one of the biggest things for me, and especially anybody in the medical field, any drug, any medicine, any treatment, there's always risks, but you want to know that the benefit outweighs the risk. And I feel like with this surgery, the benefit far exceeds the risk. So I feel really confident in my decision. I don't have a ton of support. I don't have a huge network of people that can help take care of my kids, do the work around my home, and I mean, ultimately I have to go to work. So I'm a little bit nervous about the downtime. I've taken off a week and a half from work. Thankfully, at my job, I work with, where I work is pretty low physical stress for the most part. So I feel like as long as I'm able to move, I should be okay. Another concern is just not having a whole lot of caloric intake, making sure I can sustain, function, making sure my blood sugar doesn't get too low, or that I pass out when I'm at work or not really able to move. I know a lot of people have said they're tired. So that's another thing I'm a little concerned about. But overall, I mean, I've seen a lot of people say they're able to push through. They have a really great experience, that they're up and walking, they're starting to work out. Those are all the things that are kind of on my mind right now. And I don't know where you all are in the process, if you're just watching because you want to watch, or if you're thinking about it, if you've had it. I would love any feedback that you have, especially if you've gone through the process. If you have any tips or suggestions, I would love to hear it. I do have, like I said, more lists, and I'm sure I'll be developing a lot more lists here in the next couple weeks. I wish you all the best. Hopefully, if you're like me, you're ready to take your wellness and health by the horns and, do something about the challenges, then I say good for you. Good luck. And if you want a buddy, let me know. I'm all about encouraging each other and lifting each other up. It's tough. Life's tough in general. And if you can have a support system, if you can have somebody to say like, hey, I hear you. I know it's tough, but you're making strides. It's not about being perfect all the time. Sometimes it's just about making little steps toward progress. So I just say, if you're working for yourself, keep working. And I encourage you, and just keep trying to be the best version of yourself you can be. All right, take care. Bye.